I'm Ray with PhoneArena, and this is our comparison between the Sony Xperia X and the Xperia Z5. It's time for a reboot at Sony. The Xperia Z series is getting replaced by the new Xperia X line. Sony takes pride in the visually distinctive style of its phones, and the Xperia X is an evolution rather than a revolution over the design of the Z series. While earlier Sony top devices used a glass back paired with a metal frame, here we have a metal back that feels good and has first-rate looks. The new Xperia X is much more ergonomic compared to the Z5. Being a 5-inch phone, the Xperia X is also smaller than the 5.2-inch Xperia Z5. Speaking of screens, both the X and the Z5 come with IPS LCD displays with 1080 by 1920 resolutions. Sony has one of the cleanest Android skins, and while this approach has not changed with the Xperia X, the looks of it have evolved, and the most noticeable difference is in the icon styling. There is a big difference in what's under the hood in these two. The new Xperia X features the Snapdragon 650 system chip, while the Xperia Z5 sports last year's top chip, the Snapdragon 810. And while the Snapdragon 650 is the newer chip, it is of the mid-range family, while the 810 is a top-end affair and outperforms it. Apart from the refreshed design, the biggest reason that Sony has in convincing you to switch to its new X series is an improved 23-megapixel camera that supports the fancy new predictive hybrid autofocus technology. This feature is supposed to make it much easier to capture moving objects in sharp, good-looking images. All in all, the Xperia X has tried to be a restart for Sony with the new branding and all, but still doesn't feel like a big departure from before. The 5-incher feels better in the hand than the Z5 and features an improved camera but lacks any cool features that would truly spur excitement for it. The Xperia Z5 remains a higher-end handset, but its flaws make the Xperia X feel like the more perfected product.